seems more, well, first of all, I'm a stranger, but he definitely, and this is what I'm gaining trust and everything. He, it's natural that he's more apprehensive around males, right?
I feel very badly because I know it put Jeff in a very bad situation.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's trying to smooth things over between this Deborah who works with him and of course myself. And I don't mind. I understand. Some of these people get hyperactive about these rescue animals. I get more hyperactive about children. You
Yeah.
know, that's my take on it. I love this dog, though I'm not willing to give him to anybody. He belongs to me now. He's my friend.
So I'm not even, if you notice, I haven't even petted him yet.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to gain his trust.
Yeah. And you can see he pretty much trusts me.
Yeah.
Not completely. Not 100%. But he's good with Grandma. Right, baby? No, he doesn't like Gavin as much. Gavin, will he come to you if you call him?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple of treats.
See if he'll come to you with treats. You want a treat?
He lets me pet him.
Sure, but he doesn't see you have a treat. Yeah, you want a treat? Okay, Mom. Really? Okay, come here, boy.
He just has to get used to everybody.
And he spent most of the time with you now, anyway. I mean, the interaction was mostly when you
Well, since this incident happened, I told him, don't walk this dog now. If it makes a mess in the kitchen, I'll show you where he lives. If he makes a mess in the kitchen, I don't care. I'll clean it up. But I don't want him to take it out at this point because I don't know where that lady is.
Okay.
I don't know what her take is going to be. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. If the lady comes around, her full authorities now. I think she's a little
Okay.
strange.
She might be on drugs. She's pretty crazy. I come
So-
a dog napper.
So all things considered, I mean, I'm a stranger. First time he's met me.
Right.
He's not cowering under you. He's
Yeah.
he's pretty confident. I mean, he's keeping his distance. And I don't push things. I mean, you gotta let the dog get comfortable with you. I don't force myself on a dog. You know, it's the treats. You build that relationship of trust
Absolutely.
because of what's happened to these dogs.
And it's a time thing, like you say, or don't take him out anywhere. He's just with me right now. I think that's more than he can handle.
He seems to enjoy the
You know?
walks.
He loves outside.
Yeah. How do you leave the harness on full time? Okay.
I pet him when he's in his cage.
Okay.
I'm afraid not to leave it on. I'm just afraid if I won't be able to catch him. Because as it is, when I lean down to get him in the cage, do you want to go outside? Will, do you want to go outside with Grandma? Do you want to go outside with Grandma? Huh? You do? See,
I
so
pet
what I
him
do
when he's in his
usually,
cage. He doesn't seem to mind. He likes it. So I
Okay.
figured if I pet him a little bit here and there, he'll get used to it.
see, what I do usually is hold this and ask him if he wants to go out. He'll come out of his cage for it. You want to go outside? You want to go out? Come here. Come here to Grandma so I can put this on you. See, if I didn't have this on, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to get it on easily.
Okay.
And I don't want to tug in him and everything because this is what he likes. He likes to go outside. He likes to go outside. He loves his outside. He loves his outside. No.
So if you notice, there was the leash he's still not comfortable with because and the reaching for so.
And that's why I keep it on because when he's in his cage and I say, you want to come out, I have to go in a little bit and get it to hook it. Let me just step out
Okay.
because I promised him. I'm just going to go here.
Because he promised. Okay.
I'm more of a cat person.
What?
I have a couple of cats. I like the cats.
Yeah.
But my grandmother was a dachshund breeder. I don't know if you saw the sign on the house. It says kennels. There's kennels on the front of the house.
Yeah.
No, right there.
No. I just saw a plaque too. That. Oh, wait a minute. That was your grandmother?
Well, this house here was a kennel for the lady who owned it originally
Okay.
back in the 20s and 30s. A long time ago. And then her mom, my grandmother, was a dachshund breeder.
That's a good boy. That's it. Now we're not going to. We'll go out in a little while. We'll He'll go out in a little while. I know how you love it. I know.
But he seems more shy towards men.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, he loves his grandma. He loves his grandma.
And how long ago?
A week. He's been here a
It's
week.
still new too.
It's brand new.
It's still very new.
Brand new. Yes. He loves me. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's your treat.
There's no way I was going to let this lady take this dog away from me. That's me.
Hey, come on, come on. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yes.
I'm going to have to get the name of that. Now, let me show you. Do you mind getting up for a minute? I'll show you where his house is.
Okay.
And I'll do this as bed. And I'll show you the food I got. And it's really good. Will, come on in the kitchen with us. Come on, Will. Now, show Robert where you sleep. Show Robert your bed. It's in there. It stays there and it just stays open.
Okay.
Is he not the cutest?
Yeah, I know.
He's perfect, isn't he? Isn't he adorable?
And what kind of food is that?
Oh my God, I didn't know. You know, I've gotten all these kinds right here, if you can see.
Okay, blue buffalo.
This is some premium racial ray. I don't know. This is gray wolf. I tried all of them.
Okay.
I tried all of them. 3 different kinds. And he doesn't really
Made with
get it.
chicken.
They all have chicken, I think.
And this is meat, vegetables. Okay. So the treats that I have, it's called Ziwi Peak. I can write it down. Oh, if you want to write it down.
I will.
But this is the actual food. This is how the food looks.
That's the kind they use? Oh, no, that's the kind you use for your dogs?
No, I actually feed my dogs
Seaweed?
Ziwi, Ziwipeak. Now, the treats are like this, and the food is like this. So it's not the. You can maybe even try mixing it in with your food.
Can you write that for me?
Okay.
Look.
Screensaver.
Is he not cute? He's the cutest. He's the best, Jeff. Not Jeff.
Rob.
He's the
So
best.
it's Ziwi Peak. They have all
Right,
different
I'm gonna
flavors.
try it. I'm gonna go get some.
This is either beef or lamb.
Okay.
Then when you step up to venison, it gets ridiculously expensive.
We have venison in Pennsylvania. The deer are always hunting. They're always hunting
Yeah.
deer. You can buy it there. So this is where he's comfortable. That's where he likes to be most of the time. Except when I tell him it's time for a walk, he'll just jump right out and get going.
You're a good boy.
Mm-hmm. He's the best boy.
And you know what? I didn't know he was a boy. I thought Gracie was a girl.
I knew he was a boy because right under his name it says boy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even. I know.
On this one it doesn't, but it says right when it showed the listing of him, it said boy. But then the doctor sent the paperwork, it said girl.
Oh.
So,
So let's see. Can I see that leash for a second? I want to see if he responds to me with the leash. Where was it, over?
it's on the side of the chair. It's on
What's his name now?
Willie.
Willie. Hey, Willie.
No, he knows it.
You want to go for a walk, Willie? You
Wanna
want to go for a
outside?
walk?
Come on, Willie, let's go outside. Come on, Will. Let's go outside. You want to? Come on, Will. Outside.
Good boy.
Come
Good
on,
boy.
We're going outside.
Good boy.
See, he will come. Let's see if he'll let you
Good boy. I know. Hey,
go. Grandma's too good.
I know. I know. You're a good boy. I know. Good boy.
There's a cat. They're kind of tentative, Robert.
How many dogs do you have now?
I have 6. I had 7. I just we put one down about 2 months ago.
Oh.
Come on. Oh, see a little movement. Okay. Hey, baby.
You going outside? Is that what you want? You gonna let Robert take you outside? Yeah.
That's not a treat. You went to mouth it.
You gonna let Robert take you outside?
All right. Okay. Okay. See, I don't like to push a dog. You can tell he's uncomfortable with the hands around the face.
I
Right.
agree.
Right.
That's why I told Gavin, just back off on him, until he gets used to the house. And so 1 week, you can't expect everything, right?
He's getting better every day.
He gets.
You want to go for a walk? You
Want
want
to go out
for a
with
walk?
Grandma?
No. See, with me, he's going to. He's a little bit shy of me. He goes. So I'm gonna.
Go out? You want to go out? Come here. Let's go out.
Little scamper by me. You know what? I have a dog at home. I've had for 3 years. Does the same thing.
Does the same thing?
Yeah, their personalities are affected.
It takes time. I mean, I've had her 3 years, and
Is that a shelter dog too?
no, well, sort of. The town shelter trapped her on a parkway. She was astray for a minimum of 8 weeks. They don't even know, and I reached out to them as soon as they took her in because she was petrified in the crates. German Shepherd, purebred, and I went there. I spoke to the shelter director. I got in the run with her, and she needed out of there. And I took her home and slowly gained trust. She would come to me for the food and everything. So she'll come up on the couch with me. She'll come up on the bed. But if I come into the room and she's on it, she scampers hallways. She'll go the other way. Yeah, and she'll be like that. She'll always be like that. She goes out. She does her business. She comes in when I call her. Leash is terrible because she's so fearful.
He's just that traumatized.
Yeah, and we don't know. I mean, you can think abuse. You can think genetics. Genetics play a big
Some
part.
of it might be the personality.
Yeah.
He don't want to come in yet. He doesn't want to come in yet. He wants to go for a long walk.
Beautiful.
A little chilly. Temperature dropped quite a bit after. You like the colder weather?
I like any of it, but I'm
That's
gonna
it.
try to catch a fish today.
That's it. He wanted to go.
Hey, Billy.
He wants to go
Come on.
all over. He
I can
likes
see
long
where he'd
walks.
be good with kids.
Huh?
He'd be good with kids.
Well, I don't. Yeah, but I think we have to just take our time with all of it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the kids, they don't feel threatened, so they're okay. But other dogs, because of the kids' movement, energy level, it makes them a lot more fearful.
Go either way.
Yeah, so it can go either way. You always want to instruct the kids to be very gentle, very not. I mean,
He doesn't respond to the cats. The cats don't.
Yeah, he doesn't like. He doesn't mind the cats.
Not excited
Yeah.
about them.
Not really.
hello there.
He was like, "What about a long walk? Stop this in and out." What about a long walk? I take him all up and down, but I have you 2 leashes on him when I go far.
Mm. Yeah, the martingale and the harness.
I just don't want. I just don't want any problems. I don't. I mean, I was traumatized. We both were traumatized by that whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a force-free trainer. I mean, it's all reward-based and everything. I'll use martingales on fearful dogs and also aggressive dogs because I don't want to take the chance of them slipping out of the collar or a harness, which, our first instinct is when the dog doesn't move or goes to like a bolt a different direction and gets startled, is to tighten up on a leash. And what that ends up doing is it almost helps the harness pull over the dog's head. So you sort of got to keep on going with the dog, give it slack, even though it's going crazy, trying to get away. You got to go with the dog. I also like it's a harness called the Freedom Harness. It has an attach point on the chest and one on the back, and the leash has 2 clips and it winds into one handle. Ingenious design. I mean, a woman designed it herself. There's a woman in Massapequa that sells them out of her house. I can give you that information if you're interested in that harness. You're leaving this on. He seems okay with you putting the leash on, but there still is a little bit of apprehensiveness when especially when reaching.
Yes.
Um,
But he wags his tail. He's not.
What can make a dog so traumatized?
Oh my God.
abuse.
What
Growing
they
up
Well,
did
well,
over there?
first is genetics. If you breed two fearful dogs, you're going to get fearful litter. It's been documented. It's been tested. It's been researched. The whole litter might not be. So it's important also. Dogs go through a number of fear imprint periods. One when they're very young, weeks old, 6 to 12 weeks.
So maybe when he was really young, he was traumatized or
Well,
starved.
Yeah, he was.
these cages they stuck them in over there. We don't know.
And
How
not.
Could have been in a big cage with a lot of other.
Yeah, they just shove them in, and the way they get the dogs too, it's almost those instruments that they're like poles that change light bulbs with the prongs on it. That's how they pick the dogs up, and they toss them. It's very disturbing. It's disgusting how these dogs are treated over there. Door.
I think I cooked it.
No. Oh, you did. Okay, yeah, that's right.
It's not uncommon for them to run like that.
No, it's very common for a fear. Now, my dog, fearful, out on a walk, she will try and.
Try not to take it personally.
Yeah, no, she will bolt. Yet, if I open the gate of my house, or the front door, she will not go out because she's comfortable in that environment. That's
They
my
run-
dog.
They run out of panic.
Yeah, panic, survival. Even though you know what, because even a little noise, you can see.
Fight or flight.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what makes it even worse. Is now you have them on a harness or a collar, and you take away the flight. So what's left is fight, and that's where picking up uncomfortable, but it was still new. You haven't had a lot of interaction with the dog, and that's where he was more trusting of you. Whereas us as a male, I'm pretty sure if I went to go pick him up, because he's not coming over to me like he is interacting with you. I'm sure he would react.
He might panic a little bit.
He might panic and he might bite me, and that's why I don't.
It's not that uncommon for one of these dogs to fight.
No, because and especially if you have them where they can't escape, and they're not used to a leash, they're not used to the collar.
I don't hold him too much because he'll only tolerate so much of it. Now, see, look
Yeah.
here. He wants to go. He's had enough of that kissing.
Now I didn't look. Did you pick him up or did he jump
I
off?
picked him
Oh,
up.